Introduce myself. My name is Maria Alfonsina. I'm going to explain the topic of the education in three books: uh, Educating Rita, Jane Eyre, and Pygmalion. The story about Jane Eyre was unhappy. She was an orphan. She was treated bad by her aunt, Mrs. Reed. She had three children: John, Georgiana, and Eliza. She punished all the time. Chen was unhappy life there until one day she was taken to Lookwood, an institution where the girl suffered from cold and, well, uh, there wasn't food enough and the institution had poor conditions. So the happy of the girls was not good. As regards education, is a traditional education because it was teacher centered. The teachers were demanding and strict. The girls suffer from strict education, and they were punished all the time, and they had to obey the rules of the institution. At the age of 18, Jane became a governess and teacher. She found a job in Mr. Rochester house. Mr. Rochester had a daughter, Adele. She was French, so the relationship between governess and student is student center, and Adele was a good girl and sweet, and Jane prepared the lesson for her. Finally, Jane got married and she had a son. With respect of educating Rita, there was a relationship between professor and a student. Rita was a hairdresser. She enrolled an open university where Frank was a professor. Frank had drinking problems, so she felt frustrated with his role of teacher. However, Rita was motivated with her enthusiasm, and they made progress. Rita began to read a lot of books and novels, poetry, and went to the theater. She criticized the working class. She said that working class that belonged to had no culture, and she tried to find herself in the story, so she refused to have babies with her husband, so they separated. Frank drank more, and Rita realized that being an educated person was not important, because her friend, who was an educated person and belonged to a middle class, tried to kill herself. And she realized that being educated didn't bring happiness in life. The last one story, a play, Pygmalion, and was about two gentlemen, two experts of language. One, Mr. Higgins, was expert of phonetics, and Pickering was expert of India's dialects, and met together in a rainy night, and in that place there was a flower seller who was very poor. She, she was very poor, and she spoke Cockney. She was rude too, and she was not polite. And the following day, the girl, Mrs. Doolittle, the flower seller, visited Mrs. Higgins, and the key word here is transformation. Transformation means in that play that Higgins transformed Mrs. Doolittle into a lady from high society. So good manners, the way of speaking good and properly could be learned. So is so Mrs. Doolittle had a dream. She wanted to speak properly, to have a shop. The idea of being professional and having a shop is strange at that time. The common thing for a woman of high society or for a lady is to have a husband and have a family. Well, that's all. Thanks for listening to my presentation.